What's up, everyone? It's the Act Man here, bringing you another glorious video.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here. And ever since Overwatch 2 transitioned to 5v5, I kinda lost interest in it. And I've been craving another
Only since it transitioned to 5v5? Really?
6v6 hero shooter for a long time. Now this might sound crazy, but what if somebody made a hero shooter based on superheroes? Do we even have the technology? Could it be done?
No.
I can ride on Groot's shoulders?
Wait, can you?
Yeah, fuck yeah! Let's go!
Let's fucking go.
I used to be huge into Dota. I was big on League of Legends. That was the darkest point in my life. And then when Overwatch
Honestly, understandable. Understandable.
came out in 2016, I fucking loved it and played it for many years. But I stopped playing League, my life got a lot better, and I lost interest in Overwatch 2. It's
Believable. Very believable.
fortunate then that I was offered a chance to play the closed beta test for Marvel Rivals.
Maximum pulse.
Now, first I'm going to be transparent about this game and address the controversy behind it. Back in May, former Overwatch pro Siegel revealed a part of this contract for Marvel Rivals that was written for content creators that received keys. The content creator agrees to not make any public statements or engage in discussions that are detrimental to the reputation of the game. It reads like satire. So this part of the agreement
Oh yeah, that was a big deal. And, I mean, understandably, imagine, hey, come into this game, but you can't say anything good. It's like a sponsorship, but you're not getting paid money, even.
was very heavily criticized, and rightfully so. Luckily, NetEase's response was basically to say, oh fuck, that does come across like we're saying you can't criticize the game. So the developers have responded and course corrected, and have said they want criticism and constructive feedback, which is what I intend to give them, because Marvel Rivals is absolutely a game that deserves to succeed. Dude, Spider-Man is so much fun. I like
Yeah, unironically, when Marvel Rivals came out, all of the Overwatch kiddies were like, oh no, Overwatch is so bad, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is never gonna compete. And, well, you know, a couple of days passed and people are like, holy, this is actually fun and good. Wow, it's like Overwatch, but fun again. Amazing. And I'm pretty sure this is still the case, that people absolutely love this game who are playing.
that he's all about the combos.
Hit him with the webs, pressy, and then
Yep.
uppercut or whatever.
Oh baby, just like that. Just like that. And if they didn't care about my
Man, look at that. That's actually some real hero shooter stuff right there. You actually do stuff that's just not only shooting. That's amazing.
honest feedback, which, come on, who doesn't? Then they wouldn't care about the average player's feedback, which would be a horrible sign for the game, and I wouldn't be making this video if that were the case. But now that all that nonsense is out of the way, we can move on to the fun stuff. I got you.
By the way, that's Magneto. Yeah. They don't want to pay for the likeness, okay? They are not gonna pay for the likeness if it's possible.
Oh my god, check out this fucking greatsword action right now.
Yeah, we're cutting him down. Yeah, we're cutting him down. Yeah, you see this?
Admittedly, not exactly lore-accurate Magneto, but who cares? Well, actually, maybe this is a version of Magneto that I don't know about that actually uses sword. There's a lot of versions.
Oh my. Oh my. Hexakill, boys! All 6! Marvel Rivals is surprisingly fun, polished, and best of all, free. And this isn't one of those betas where you're playing like, you know, 1 or 2 maps with 5 characters or something. No, the entire roster is here. Marvel has such a long-standing history with so many heroes and villains to choose from, and
Let's be completely real here. Marvel has a history of a long list of heroes and villains that literally no one cares about. So it's not actually that huge of a list. Okay, let's go through the roster. Iron Man, Spider-Man, Black Panther, the Hulk, Doctor Strange, probably another version of Spider-Man, Captain America, the X-Men. Yeah, I'm starting to run out of things to honestly name that are widely known as popular characters. Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, also, but you get the point.
they picked all the right ones. There's insane amount of source material to pull inspiration from for a game like this. It's actually
Ooh, that's World Breaker Hulk.
like an amazing idea. So the potential for this game is massive.
Worldbreaker Hulk is pretty badass.
And I think hype for future updates is also going to be massive. They launched this closed
Doom is definitely one of my favorites, Dr. Doom.
beta test, and then like 3 days later, they added 2 new heroes already. Like, that's weird for a beta to get an update. Usually it's like one and done. But when people speculate on who's
Wait, they seriously just added Jeff? Damn.
gonna be added to the game, it's gonna feel like Smash Bros, you know what I mean? Is it gonna be Mr. Fantastic with maybe Batman? Dude, why isn't Batman in this?
Iron Man. Yeah, I know.
Because Batman is overrated and lame. Batman and Superman are some of the things that I never liked. And I blame it because as a kid, yeah, there was the cool not anime, but cartoon about Superman, and there was a couple of cool cartoons about Batman, but they ended really quickly when I was a kid, and I didn't see them again. They were cool, but after that, I saw the Batman movie where he kisses Poison Ivy, and she's like, "Why don't you die?" And he's like, "Fake lips, whore." And there was Mr. Freeze also, and that completely ruined Batman and Superman for me. Well, Superman for different reasons, but yeah. And now even when I see Batman, I'm like, okay, it's pretty cool. But how many times can it be interesting and cool when the heroes are in a bad situation and the Batman is like, aha, I'm gonna trip over my shoelaces that don't exist, pull out of a pen out of my a-hole, and then I'm gonna combobulate something that saves the day. Yeah, it gets pretty old pretty fast. The fact that Batman's just a magical MacGuffin that always has the solution for everything is boring. That's why I like Constantine a lot more. Our boy John is absolutely a legend. Actually, he's probably my favorite superhero of all time. Well, actually, he's technically well, he's not really a super... Is he an anti-villain technically? I'm not sure.
What the fuck?
But that boy is definitely the greatest of all time. Okay, and when John Constantine is in the same room with Batman, Batman's like, "Okay, John, you make the plan, obviously, because you're so much better than me." And by the way, that's lore accurate. When he's in the room, Batman's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna buy time because you're so much better than me."
Where's Joker at?
Why isn't
Yeah, dude, where's Joker? Dude, they have Spider-Man, but like, where's Batman and Joker?
Whoever said that, get out of the fucking call. Don't ever come back. Whoever said that.
Dude, wait. They don't even have Link in this game.
Yeah, where's Link? If you're familiar at all
Great
with Overwatch,
humor.
you are going to be right at home with Marvel Rivals. Modes like Capture the Point and Payload work for this kind of game. Well, let's be real, guys. You have the Marvel IP. You literally have all the Infinity Stones at your disposal. The possibilities are endless. I want to see some crazy shit in
Literally, because there's sadly multiverses.
this game. Like, what if there's a capture the flag mode, but it's capture the gauntlet? Make a map with Dormammu in the background, like he's watching the match, and then, you know, the end screen, whoever wins and loses, Dormammu kills the other team. That would be fucking sick. Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals would greatly benefit from more variety in its maps and modes, and custom games too. Speaking of, this game has a lot of quality of life features, like a spectator mode that actually works, lifetime stats for all the heroes you play.
Oh yeah, that's where the TF music comes in. Man, lifetime stats are amazing. You know, you play TF2 and you're like, maybe 3K hours in Spy is a little bit much. While I have, you know, like roughly, I don't know, 1-2 hours in NG or something like that.
It's also cool that you can click on other players at the end of a match and see their highlight, their play of the game. No play of the game?
Oh,
that was-
apparently not.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, definitely gotta get that in there.
Definitely got to get that in there.
Yeah. Click on the character. You can see everyone's highlights.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
what?
Hey, that's
Optional?
pretty sick.
optional
Wait,
play of
that's
the game?
so cool.
That's kind of cool.
Man, Scott, you really fucking suck if this is your highlight. I think it's a very
Point.
good sign that this is a closed beta, and yet,
All of this just works.
sure, the gameplay might have some jank and bugs and reworks they need to figure out, but nothing is breaking, as far as I've seen. Given how beloved and popular Marvel
Yeah, people are saying that a lot. Hey, it's technically a beta, closed beta, or whatever the hell it's supposed to be, but there's not that much wrong with it, and it's almost like launchable.
Characters are. Any disrespect towards them would not be tolerated. Now, I'm not a huge comic book or Marvel fan. I enjoy some of the movies, but even I can tell you that the hero designs are fucking incredible.
Yeah, imagine that. A non-Western company doesn't make ugly, repulsive character designs. And then you look at Star Wars Outlaws, Jesus. Or Conquered in this case, which is literally a diversity fiesta where you can play Spot the White Dude.
Wow. The amount of effort they put into, like, when you click on a hero in those animations is pretty fucking nutty. This cel-shaded art style it always looks good. Now, I could be wrong. This is just how I think they designed these characters. It looks like they're all based off of their comic book counterparts, but the voice actors are like trying to imitate the actors we all know from the Marvel movies. Did he just say that fucking hurt? Did I just hear that right? It's just so funny that he says that, and this is like a Marvel game, you know, appealing to kids. So what you get is an Iron Man who feels like Iron Man, a Bruce Banner who feels like Bruce Banner. These seem like extremely faithful adaptations of the heroes, but it's done in such a way where, you know, somebody who's more of a fan of the comic books will be like, oh yeah, that's the Rocket Raccoon I know from the comic books. But another person who doesn't read comics and only watches the movies could be like, oh yeah, that's Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And
That's a smart way to do things, by the way. If everyone of all fan bases is able to recognize the character, that's just like a big bonus for everyone.
this is super important to nailing the style of the game, because with characters like, you know, Spider-Man and Hulk, they have such a long history that it'd be super easy for them to like fuck up some of the designs, or for people who are huge fans of these characters to be like, wow, this doesn't feel like Spider-Man at all.
My power grows. Run away home, little spider. Your neighborhood needs you.
Nice.
Not only do they have an all-star cast of Marvel heroes, but an all-star cast of voice actors, many of whom have previously voiced superheroes in the past. So the dialogue and banter between characters is dynamic and spot on.
That's good, dude. Banter between characters has become such an actually pivotal thing in gaming as a quality of life feature that keeps you entertained. It's honestly insane.
Gameplay might be similar to Overwatch, but
A lot of people don't understand this or misunderstand this. If you ask what's more important, the visual quality or the audio quality, the reality is it's always audio quality. This video could be on, 144p, and people would still watch it with decent audio quality. But if this video is, effectively real life quality, but the audio is like, then people are not going to watch because it's impossible.
this is far from an Overwatch clone. First off, the environments are destructible. Yeah,
Hell yeah, Scarlet, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's my wife.
dude, I was shocked when I
They
figured
also have hell.
this out too. Like huge chunks of the map you could just destroy, creating new paths, new windows to attack your enemies. And that makes each map feel a lot more dynamic because you're not fighting in these
Very
rigid,
cool.
static environments. They're actually changing throughout the match. If you hit B, you can see what can be destroyed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that does?
Like, I love Levolution in Battlefield, and to have it in a hero shooter it's just genius. After a set period of time, the environments will also repair themselves mid-match. Like, I've never seen a multiplayer game that does this. What really separates
Yeah, neither have I, honestly.
Marvel Rivals from other hero shooters is the team-up feature, which takes advantage of, superheroes being on a team together, if you can believe that. Each character gets unique bonuses when teamed up with another specific character. For example, if Scarlet Witch and Magneto are on the same team, Magneto will get an extra move and a greatsword to swing around. If Rocket Raccoon and Punisher are on the same team,
Wait, I am starting to remember about a comics with Magneto with a great sword in that kind of armor.
Rocket Raccoon can throw down a box that gives Punisher infinite ammo and faster fire rate. This type of synergy encourages teams to work together and come up with good strategies. All the bonuses are clear, you can see them in the menus. Obviously, the teams are directly inspired from the Marvel Universe, which I think is one of the coolest things Marvel Rivals has going for it. The authenticity.
That's cool, but I have instantaneously a question. Will that not become completely busted and OP very fast?
Of the characters and how they work together in the comics and in the movies and TV shows. Though I suppose the team up feature makes it entirely possible that this could lead to a stale meta where like people figure out what the best team comp is and then you just see that team.
Yeah, people are always gonna do that. Okay, it's fun to win. It's not fun to play your favorite character and go 0-50. Okay. It's more fun to play the character that you're not really, well, the character that you don't really like that much, but still win a game. That's just how it is.
Comp in like every other match. And if that turns out to be the case, then competitively the game could get stale.
Dutch, you can't go in with 3 DPS, Dutch. That's actually great. Dutch, what are we doing, Dutch? You see your 4th teammate pick
the 4th DPS
and no healers.
What are we doing?
What are we doing, Dutch? That's great.
But Rivals feels like a game that was designed more so to be fun than to be like a hardcore competitive esports title. And you can see this in the movesets of all the heroes. Like, it's kind of crazy how many abilities each character has.
Dude, that's what makes it fun. Because let's be real, if it gets completely insane, you can just remove them. But other games are afraid to try this.
Oh baby, I'm going in. Oh baby, look at that triple kill right there. Rivals is interesting because it feels like it was made to be less punishing and more forgiving. Most abilities are on pretty short cooldowns, and this has its pros and cons. So the game is more forgiving, but less strategic, and it's more spammy and chaotic. Probably every character could use cooldown increases across the board. Spider-Man and Venom's web sling is like really fast and kind of janky too. It just seems like if they hit a button, they can escape pretty much.
People are talking about this. Spider-Man and Venom are like, hey, if you don't know what you're doing, congratulations, you're now in Africa.
Any situation. And because all the abilities are on short cooldowns, it means you know, you've got 12 characters throwing shit across the map like at all times. It gets pretty visually cluttered, and I don't know if I have a good fix for this myself. What I like,
dude, this looks super fun though. Okay, this looks super fun.
It gets pretty visually cluttered, and I don't know if I have a good fix for this myself. What I like about Rivals is that most characters have some way to attack heroes that fly or float in the air. So you never really feel like you're totally defenseless or just at the mercy of a character that you can't fight against. Most heroes have insane mobility. Like Iron Man can just fly away from any situation he doesn't want to be in. You know, there's dashes, wall running, gap closers, and experimenting with the movement is a ton of fun. One of my favorite characters so far has been Groot, who can summon walls of thorns. Now, you might look at this and think, oh, that's just May's ice wall. But no, if you hit someone next to a thorn wall, they'll lash out and do extra damage to them. It's a really cool mechanic because when you play as Groot, you're trying to box your opponent in and then hit them, and all the walls will attack them too. For a game that's going to be free and is currently in a closed beta, I don't have many complaints.
By the way, that perfectly puts into perspective how everything is, right? You have May that creates a ice ball, and that's literally it. That's literally it. And then you have someone who can spam ice walls, first of all, and these ice walls deal damage and can be comboed. How better is that? How just flat out better that is?
Just kidding, I actually do have some criticisms, because I just noticed there is an unowned checkbox next to the heroes. If you guys are considering...
Hey. If you didn't think monetization is going to be at least slightly an issue here, you have not been paying attention to gaming.
Monetizing...
He said it's free at the start.
...the heroes or locking them behind a paywall with premium currency that is like really fucking slow to earn just by playing the game. I want you to bury that idea into the...
To be honest, okay, listen. I don't like super painfully premium currencies to earn or whatever, games that kind of force you to buy things. I like decent acquisition rates, okay? As most sane people, honestly, right? But at the same time, I will say this. If the game is fun enough and the acquisition rate is not super friendly, but it's not completely unfriendly, I'm kind of willing to overlook that completely, honestly.
Fucking ground. Making the right picks and counter picks can often be the difference between a massive W and a fat L. Here's the thing, purchasing heroes with real money shouldn't be an option at all, because you have these incredible skins. Like, this is where the money's at, man. There are hundreds of different outfits and designs you can include from comics, video games. I'm not even the biggest fan of Marvel and superhero movies, but I will pay good money for high quality cosmetics. I want a skin for Iron Man where it's the first suit he built in that cave
With a box of scraps!
They have to add Hulk in the Iron Man suit too, man. But yeah, just do the safe thing and keep the heroes unlocked when the game comes out.
That's
also, I
an
hope everyone's
interesting
progression
idea.
in this closed beta transfers to the full game. Thanks, that'll be great. I don't want to have to unlock all this stuff over again. Also, by the way, please rework Hulk. One of his abilities is like a goo projectile that immobilizes an enemy and makes them immune to damage. I don't think Hulk is the type of guy to spit on
That's kind of lame.
his foes. I say swap out this goo attack for, you know, what does he do again? When he's really angry, he says Hulk attack. Yeah, give him a Hulk attack, like an AoE grounded move. He just doesn't really fulfill the fantasy you picture in your head when you think of playing as Hulk. All the other characters do though, so good job. Certain attacks and abilities lack impact. Again, going back to Hulk,
Yeah, it's gonna be an obvious problem. You can't nail everything down instantaneously.
his punches don't do enough damage. They don't really send people flying. I think the feedback you get from attacking someone, especially with melee combat, could be improved. Also, because the abilities and movesets are so complicated, it's pretty daunting when you first start the game. But if you go to the practice range and read up on the abilities, what they do, figure out how each character works, you'll start to pick things up pretty quickly. It's also nice that in the menus you can watch a video of each ability, and the developers even included like a recommended combo for how to play the character. This is a godsend because now people don't have to look up like tutorial videos on YouTube. They can just watch them in the game. What's also impressive
That's pretty cool.
to me is that pretty much every character is viable. I would say maybe Hulk needs to be buffed, but none of the characters feel underpowered or like they don't belong. Balance in this game is kind of like Modern Warfare 2. Everything is overpowered.
The Hulk is gonna probably be a problem forever because, let's be real, the Hulk is supposed to hit hard, but he's a tank also. So you can't have a tank that is tanky and hits really hard. There needs to be some kind of balance. Maybe make the hits slower, and that's fine. But the problem is the Hulk's not slow. The Hulk's not slow at all.
So nothing is. Scarlet Witch's ult is like this timed explosion that will kill anything in its path. When I first played Marvel Rivals, me and the buddies won the first match and then proceeded to lose 9 in a row. You can tell a
Expected.
game is good when you can lose 9 times in a row and you're still having fun. For people that are huge fans of Marvel, this is a great opportunity to see your favorite character in a game like this. And I think that's really cool. Even the UI has a unique style to it. When you hover over characters, they'll like pop out and do this cool animation. However, it remains to be seen how the monetization will be handled. You earn currency pretty easily.
The monetization is going to be the big issue, yeah. But again, good monetization should be in every game. But at the same time, again, if the game is really good enough, if the acquisition of things is slightly slower but not painfully slow, and let's face it, almost everyone is willing to overlook it because it's kind of fine, okay? It's kind of fine, you know? Painful to say, but that is the reality. That is the reality. Most people will overlook it if it's not super painfully slow.
Already unlocked like 4 or 5 different skins. If these cosmetics are gonna set the bar for what we see at release, which I hope is a lot more, yeah, we're gonna be eating good. You have the traditional battle pass, and believe it or not, it's not the only form of progression.
It's Impossible!
You get daily, weekly challenges, as well as a
Ew.
repeating win the match challenge for premium currency. You can unlock a new skin in like an hour or two. I also like the rank system in competitive. This is just my personal preference.
Yeah, they honestly should probably just make it that you can acquire heroes really fast, but you unlock skins slow. So, you know, that's a decent monetization way.
But a lot of times when games have, you know, placement matches, I always feel like I'm not where I should be. Either I'm way too low or I'm way too high. But Rivals starts everybody off in Bronze 1 and you work your way up. All the heroes' movesets really play into their character and what they're all about and their superpowers, you know? Loki, of course, has a lot of tricks up his sleeve and he can send out fucking clones everywhere like the hologram from Halo Reach. Star-Lord's ultimate is fucking crazy. He can fly anywhere and he gets aimbot. They pulled no punches when designing these characters and their abilities, and I like that. Marvel Rivals still needs some work, definitely, but it has immense potential. And for a free
Yep, well, that's immense potential. Anyway, that was the Act, ma'am. 10 out of 10. Bye.